Prime Minister Modi in Moscow, where day one has concluded and it's the time for day two. But what was day one like? In case you missed and you want some highlights, here's what happened. On your screens as well, as you can see, while of course there were political discussions, but the introduction started with Param Dost Modi from Vladimir Putin. And then there was a horse show. The horses were fed. So there was a reflection, of course, of symbolism of independent political alliances, but also informal interactions. On day one already, it's been a big diplomatic victory. Sources say Russia is likely to discharge and facilitate return of all Indians who were deployed with the Russian army and at the border. This is after Prime Minister Modi raised the issue. Prime Minister Modi is also going to be conferred with the Order of St. Andrew, which is the highest civilian honor for exceptional services in promoting special and privileged strategic partnership with Russia. Amid all of this, sources tell us that Prime Minister Modi gave a special advice to President Putin amid the Russia-Ukraine war and has said solution cannot be found on the battlefield. Prime Minister Modi will hold bilateral meetings now and the award that will also be received. Listen in now to what was said.
आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी, परम दोस्त, आपका स्वागत है, हार्दिक स्वागत है। आपको देखने से मुझे बड़ी खुशी है।
Официальные разговоры у нас состоятся завтра.
औपचारिक बातचीत कल होने वाले हैं।
А сегодня мы можем в такой домашней обстановке спокойно поговорить, наверное, о тех же вопросах, но неофициально.
और आज अनौपचारिक रूप से हम घर के वातावरण में हम उसी मामलों पर बात कर सकते हैं।
जैसा आपने कहा कि 10 साल हमारा जो सरकार का और मेरा तो सिद्धांत रहा है रिफॉर्म, परफॉर्म एंड ट्रांसफॉर्म। देश की जनता ने उसको मोहर लगाई है, हमारी नीतियों पर मोहर लगाई है और मैंने तय किया है कि मैं तीसरे टर्म में 3 गुना ज्यादा मेहनत करूंगा और मैं देश के लिए और अच्छे काम करने का प्रयास करूंगा। दुनिया का ये सबसे बड़ा लोकतंत्र और दुनिया का एक प्रकार से मदर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी है भारत, और ये चुनाव में करीब 65 करोड़ लोगों ने मतदान किया और भारत में करीब 60 साल के बाद एक सरकार फिर से चुन करके आई और तीसरी बार आई। जब हमारे पहले प्रधानमंत्री थे पंडित नेहरू, उस समय उनको तीसरी बार चुन करके आने का अवसर मिला था। 60 साल में किसी को नहीं मिला। मुझे इस बार देश की जनता ने फिर से एक बार सेवा करने का मौका दिया है। मित्र के घर आना वो अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा खुशी का अवसर होता है और मुझे आपने अपने घर पर निमंत्रित किया और आज की शाम हम साथ में गप्पे मारे, इसलिए आपने तय किया। इस कार्यक्रम की रचना के लिए और मुझे घर में बुलाने के लिए मैं आपका बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ।
As Gaurav Sawant continues to be with us, Gaurav, let's talk about day one. Basically, one side we saw there were, of course, these political discussions and mentions, but I also interestingly noticed the informal talks, the horse show, the feeding of the horses. What do you think it really represents at this point?
Very long informal talks between India and Russia, between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Russian President Vladimir Putin, and the camaraderie, the bonhomie between the two heads of state and government was visible for all to see. Right from the word go, the grand reception, the moment Prime Minister Narendra Modi landed, Kremlin had laid out the red carpet for him. The first Deputy Prime Minister of Russia was there at the airport to receive him, a guard of honor. And then he accompanied him to his hotel where the Indian diaspora and, of course, Russians who are learning Hindi and Indian culture, they presented traditional Indian dances for the Prime Minister. There were school children who were there for the Prime Minister. And then when he went for that dinner to President Putin's dacha, his official residence on the outskirts of Moscow, that's where Putin laid out the traditional Russian hospitality and spoke to Prime Minister Narendra Modi about Russian values, about their family systems. He, in a way, opened his home and heart for the Indian Prime Minister. What were Russian traditions like? That was on display at the dacha when there were only the two heads of state and government together, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin and their interpreters. No officials, no ministers, no political leaders, for them to have for a heart-to-heart and a very long heart-to-heart, in which we are told that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while he understood what the Russian president was saying all along and conveyed India's points, one important point Prime Minister Narendra Modi conveyed to the Russian president, if I may, was one, solution for war cannot be found on the battlefield. That was very clear. And this wasn't just India's voice, this was the voice of the global south, because the global south is being adversely impacted by the Russia-Ukraine conflict, or as Russia calls it, its special operations there. Two, and very important, those Indians who were misguided, brought here and then made to join the Russian army and fight for Russians, and 4 of them have died, 10 of them fortunately repatriated. But anything, the information that India has is between 35 and 50 may still be there as part of Russian forces in Ukraine. India wants their speedy repatriation. We are told that has also been taken up by India very emphatically. That was one of the top priorities for Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and in informal conversation that was also taken up with Russia. But more important, that meeting that went on till very late at night set the tone for what will happen now. So the Prime Minister has a diaspora event, and after the diaspora event, after he goes to Kremlin, pays tribute at the tomb of the unknown soldier, that's when the conversation starts between India and Russia on cooperation, and cooperation that will be futuristic, that will hold both countries in good stead, especially in the field of economy. How do you take that cooperation forward is something that the two governments and delegations will discuss, Pooja.
Gaurav, then let's focus on day 2, because this is going to be crucial before he heads to Austria. What are you picking up on the day 2 itinerary?
So day 1 actually set the tone for what will happen on day 2. That dinner meeting, that very long dinner meeting between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Russian President Vladimir Putin. One, both very strong leaders. 2, very independent-minded leaders. And 3, both have won elections, come back to office, and now want to move forward with renewed vigor for their respective countries, and want this relationship to take both the countries forward. Can they do it unitedly in the field of economy, which is India's main, key result area? And in this visit, usually, Pooja, every time any Indian Prime Minister comes to Russia or a Russian leader comes to India, the focus remains on defense, strategy. Here, the focus is very majorly shifting to economy. And when you talk about economy, it's investment. It's futuristic investment in each other's countries. It's investment in oil. It's to, for example, railways is one area where India and Russia are cooperating close together. Nuclear energy is one area where two countries are cooperating closely. So this is where delegation level talks will happen now in a more structured manner. You know, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi returned to his hotel, that's when both the leaders, the Prime Minister to the Indian team, the Russian President to his team, would have issued directions on how to move forward. Once direction comes from the top, both sides are more accommodating to each other's concerns, perhaps, which we shall see in the vision document that comes out later today, and the joint statement that comes out. That, we are told, is both sides are burning the midnight oil on that joint statement, and a lot more is expected on forward movement between the two countries on that, especially addressing issues like trade imbalances and investment.
Right. Gaurav, looking forward to your coverage on day 2 as well, because right after that, Prime Minister Modi will be heading to Austria, and that will also be a crucial leg. Thank you very much, Gaurav, for now. But because this is India-Russia, two independent, strong and stable nations who have their own independent policies, USA, or possibly the world, watching very closely about what is discussed, deliberated and decided in this meeting. USA, in fact, has given out a reaction on this meeting. When USA's administration was asked about the relationship between India and Russia, USA has said that India was a strategic partner and with whom they engage in a full and frank dialogue, and included their concerns about India's relationship with Russia. Expressing these concerns, they have said that perhaps India would mention about the ongoing war.
We did just see Modi, like Orban, meet with President Zelensky. We thought that was an important step to take. And we would urge India, as we do any country when it engages with Russia, to make clear that any resolution to the conflict in Ukraine needs to be one that respects the UN Charter, that respects Ukraine's territorial integrity, Ukraine's sovereignty, and India is a strategic partner with whom we engage in a full and frank dialogue, and that includes on our concerns about their relationship with Russia.
So while India and Russia have been long-time allies and friends, what happens when Prime Minister Modi and President Vladimir Putin meet? This about a reference to a Param Dost, Pradhan Mantri Modi ji, is what was said. So there is symbolism, there is substance, but there will also have to be some announcements that will benefit both India and Russia. So here's a special report coming in from Moscow.
A decade of bonhomie, cemented with cooperation and mutual understanding. What has been a traditional international friendship took a leap forward with the confidence of two strong leaders, Narendra Modi and Vladimir Putin. Moscow and New Delhi always stand by each other.
चाहे संकट का कालखंड हो या सुविधा का कालखंड हो, कोई एक देश बिना झिझक को अगर हिंदुस्तान के साथ खड़ा रहा तो उस देश का नाम है रशिया.
First of all, let me say that the relations between Russia and India are consistently developing in all the areas, and the main guarantor for that is the policy led by Prime Minister Modi. His Excellency is one of the politicians of the global scale that I was talking about previously, without giving the names. I cannot imagine His Excellency Modi getting intimidated or being forced to take any steps or actions that would go against the national interests of India and the people of India. And there is pressure against him, I am aware of that.
When the world cornered Russia over the Ukraine invasion and Moscow needed to survive economically, New Delhi, while condemning war, bought oil from them as it was cheap and suited Indian interest. Despite worldwide criticism, India stood its ground.
It is our duty to the Indian people that we go out in the world and get oil at the lowest price so that the interests of the Indian people are protected. So when people ask me this question, I tell them very honestly, I don't go out to buy Russian oil. I go out to buy the cheapest oil I can find, which may or may not happen to be Russian at that point of time.
Deputy National Security Advisor was just in India recently in the last few weeks, conveying clearly what the consequences of violating sanctions would be and what the mechanisms are, and also making clear that that we do not think India should accelerate or increase imports of Russian energy and other commodities, even as obviously those decisions are made by individual countries, and also making clear that we stand ready to support India as in any efforts to diversify its imports and serve as a reliable supplier, even as they're only importing about 1 to 2% of their oil from India.
In a decade of Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister, he and Russian President Vladimir Putin have met each other 16 times. The total trade volume between the two have grown over the years as a testimony from more than $10,110 million in 2019-20 to more than $65,692 million in the last fiscal, despite dipping to $8,000 million in the pandemic year of 2020-21. Russia's share in India's crude imports soared to 19.1% in fiscal year 2022-23. In fact, India's crude imports from Russia jumped 14 times in the same fiscal year, rising to $31.02 billion from just $2.2 billion in the previous year of 2021-22.
Something has happened this time. I cannot tell you. The whole Russia is talking about is more exciting. You can say everybody's excited. Everybody knows about this thing. Russian media has been covering it very positively, and it's again the proud moment for the Russians because Prime Minister is coming for the first bilateral visit after his third time coming to the power.
Narendra Modi's first visit as the Prime Minister of India to St. Petersburg way back in 2017 was an emotional one. He remembered his visit to the Russian city as the Gujarat Chief Minister in 2001. St. Petersburg Declaration of 2017 became the benchmark of stability in a turbulent, interdependent and interconnected world. 2 years later, in Modi 2.0, the Indian Prime Minister was at Vladivostok and participated in the 5th Eastern Economic Forum as the chief guest. Both leaders noted progressive development of the special and privileged strategic partnership between India and Russia. Russian President Vladimir Putin came calling in December of 2021. The two leaders gave impetus for sustained progress in the special and privileged strategic partnership between both countries despite the challenges posed by the COVID pandemic. Within months of this meeting, Russia invaded Ukraine and the war still continues. But it did not impact the relations India and Russia have built over decades. Neither did it impact the bonhomie enjoyed by the two leaders. In September 2022, Prime Minister Narendra Modi met Russian President Vladimir Putin in Samarkand, Uzbekistan, on the sidelines of the 22nd meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization to discuss important issues of bilateral cooperation as well as regional and global issues of interest like the global food security, energy security and availability of fertilizers. Prime Minister Modi made 4 visits to Russia during his first term and only 1 in the second term. In the third term, he kicked off his foreign bilateral talks with a visit to Russia, indicating a deeper tie to look forward to in Modi 3.0.